What's good is and boom, 1 in a billion, and I'm back. And I told you, I would talk to the professor. Professor, is this really you, or did I green screen him here?
It's me, man. What's going on?
Nah, it's all good. All right. This is the other day I was watching the championship game, right? NCAA tournament, and I'm like, listen, this kid, Spike Aubrey, his handles is crazy, his jumper is crazy. I'm like, listen, it's not that it's a white thing, but he reminded me of you.
Yeah, he was doing his thing, man. He was in a bunch of shots.
Listen,
Was his handle crazy?
Did you see that one play? You didn't see that one play. He put it to his leg about 8 times. He did your move, and then he went to the hole.
I didn't notice that, but I just knew he said the last shots.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. When you see something like that, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like, do you feel like you have a part in it because, you know what I mean, you want to like the pioneers in terms of like street ballers were handled for white folk, you know?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you play a part in it when you see a kid like that?
I think so. Especially his age, so he's about what, 18 to 21, something like that. So I would guess that he probably had an N1 mixtape back in the day at some point. So yeah, definitely. When I see white kids kind of stepping out of the norm, which is, you know, slow down basketball, real fundamentals, just like to shoot, and actually expanding into trying to have a handle and create off the dribble and do some things, I feel like I played a part here. So
that's cool.
It's definitely a compliment.
It's a lot of that out there now too.
It's a lot out there now.
That's the new thing.
Yeah.
That's like, I go to the gym. Yo, anytime I go to the gym, there's a bunch of kids that's either Steve Nash or they the professor. As soon as I go to the court and I see somebody dribble and dribble under the basket and go over here, I'm like, oh no, There you go, one of these again. Or I see the hesitation, the old Steve Smith joint.
Yep.
Doing your move. What you call it? A relapse?
Baseline behind the back.
Okay.
Go here. I go behind the back with it.
So you do it different.
Yeah,
you do it different.
Yeah.
Anytime I see that, y'all piss me off, honestly. But it's good to see that, you know what I mean, it's people out there that's being inspired by street ball. You know what I mean? So
definitely, yeah. When I was coming up, I was used to wonder, why is it that white boys don't play, like they don't create space off the dribble? Like, why do we only just do pull-up jumpers?
Yeah.
So I think the older I've got, the more I realize is that most of the time we're raised in all white communities, and the style of basketball is slow down, run the offense, be everything's, you know, smart about it. And so I think coaches are more comfortable having players run the offense to get a wide open shot, as opposed to letting a player be creative, as opposed to like the inner city schools will let the players create their own shot, and they'll build off. If somebody's athletic and has a gift, they'll build off that. Instead of forcing them into their offensive program, they'll let them utilize their talent. And so I think a lot of white guys are just, you know, a product of their environment, the style of basketball that they were raised up in.
Yeah.
So me being a fan of street ball and Skip to My Lou and AO and those guys, at that time I had kind of taken a liking to that style of basketball.
So it didn't have to do
incorporate.
It didn't have nothing to do with where you grew up at, because I saw where you grew up at.
Now I grew up in a purely slow down, methodical style of basketball, like run the offense, do that. But then my senior year I transferred to a private school, and they saw I had some talent, so they kind of let me utilize it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you telling me really watching those tapes? Let me stop it first. I don't want to be